fun fact. The song When I See You by Fantasia was originally written for a then 11-year-old Tori Kelly. Play the music. Welcome to Open M.I.C. I'm your host, Jamal Radio Raheem. Now, Open M.I.C. is a music podcast where you get 2 times a week on Sundays and Wednesdays. And on today's episode, we are talking about the Drake lawsuit against Kendrick Lamar, or the Drake lawsuit against UMG and Spotify related to Kendrick Lamar. You know what I'm saying? Because he's not actually suing Kendrick. J. Cole's rollout and Kendrick's year in hip hop. Let's get it, shawty. So Drake has a lawsuit against UMG Music Group, which is Universal Music Group, Spotify, all stemming from the Kendrick Lamar beef. Now he has 2 lawsuits. One basically saying they conspired to Drake's downfall, and also he's suing for defamation. Now I have a lot of thoughts about what is going on with these lawsuits and Drake and everything like that, because one, I think that he's stepping on Kendrick Lamar's album. He's trying to, but he's also helping Kendrick because now Kendrick is in the news more than ever and people are listening to him. Like, I just read that Not Like Us is streamings went up once the lawsuit was placed because people are going back to listening to that song now. But I'm going to break down my issues with it, my thoughts on Drake suing Kendrick Lamar. First is like he's suing them and saying like they conspired for Drake's downfall, basically with like playlist placements, demonetizing Not Like Us so like people can listen to it, all that type of stuff. I think it's funny that Drake of all people is saying something about like placements and stuff like that. If you have listened to any of the Spotify rap playlists that they have made over the years, Drake is always headlining them things. He's like on them like 2-3 times sometimes. Especially when Scorpion came out, he was on every single playlist. Like I remember listening to albums, right? You finish the album and then it automatically just starts playing songs from Scorpion. It just automatically just starts playing those songs. Like Nice for What? At that time, Nice for What came out, it was one of my most played songs. Not because I was picking the song. Mind you, I like the song. Not because I was picking the song. It's because Spotify would play it after I finished listening to something every single time. It was like a routine. So I think for him to critique Kendrick on that and critique Spotify and UMG over that, I think that's like ironic. I think it's also pretty dumb because he benefited more than any artist. Any artist. You can't name a rap artist who benefited more than Drake did from that. You know what I'm saying? He was the king. He's always in my Spotify rap too. Every single year because of this. Even like, don't get me wrong, I'm a Drake fan of his. I'm a fan of his music. But I didn't listen to Drake as much as like Spotify says I listen to him. And that's because he's always pushed on us. Every time you finish the song, Drake. You know what I'm saying? Now the defamation suit against, basically against them for the Not Like Us, I find that to be so crazy because you're suing for Not Like Us when you started off saying we fed you the information, we gave you all the stuff to talk about, we orchestrated this whole thing. You look so stupid, like nan nan the boo boo. You're dumb. We gave you the fake daughter story. We gave you all this. That he's saying like they planned this whole thing. He's saying that, right? And I'm like, so you're suing for defamation, like Not Like Us destroyed your character, destroyed you, stopped you from making money, and you're also the same person that said you planted these stories. So which one is true? You know, which one is true? That's number one. Number two, You accuse Kendrick of beating his wife, saying that his kid is not his, all these things that you are accusing him of, you could get sued for the same thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a lawyer, but I'm sure that's defamation. I'm sure of it. Telling somebody like, hey, you beat your wife, you beat your wife, the girl that's not your wife, actually, you beat your fiance. When are you going to marry her? Also, the kid that you're raising ain't your kid. It's also your business partner. You know what I'm saying? Your homie, one of your childhood friends, Dave Free's kid. That's what you did. So it's like, don't get mad that somebody just played the game better than you. That's what it just seems like. He's mad that Kendrick played the game better. He's mad that he got outsmarted. He's mad that he didn't win. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's also suing and saying like they contributed to the streaming by demonetizing the song and stuff like that so people can react to it and all that type of stuff. Personally, I don't care about streaming. We'll just put that out. I don't give it two shits about streaming. But personally, that just seems like a smart business strategy. That just seems like, hey, I want people to react to this song on YouTube, on TikTok, on Instagram. We're gonna take all the like stipulations off so they can react to it, and more people are going to react to it. That just makes more sense because you're going to make that money back up. You're going to make it back up. You're going to make it back up. You know what I'm saying? So taking the restrictions off, that just seems like a smart business move. But Drake also is acting like he wasn't doing some stuff like that behind the scenes. His team tried to get Rob Markman, shout out to him, one of my favorite journalists, one of my favorite hip hop media, I don't know what to call him, journalist, content creator. The landscape has changed so much. So I don't know what people want to be called. They tried to give Rob Markman like incentive, like, hey, if you just talk good about the boy and all this, we'll give you like exclusives and stuff like that. Like here, I'll put the video in of Rob saying these things so like you get a better understanding on what I'm talking about.
I tell you one further, and I'm gonna be honest, and I haven't said this, and I was approached during the battle by a team connected with the OVO side and asked me to show the boys some love. You know, again, I was being as unbiased as possible. I was calling it like I see it, but they asked me, yo, we know you're unbiased. Really said it. We know you're unbiased. And we like that you're unbiased and you really try to call it straight, but can you show the guy some love? And no money was offered. No, absolutely no money was offered. But, you know, they kind of offer some things, some information, some access, and say, yo, and we'll make it that you could play his songs in your videos. You know, we'll whitelist it. Ultimately, I declined. For my own personal reasons. I just feel like my allegiance is to y'all. If I took that and swayed one way, then I just wasn't being myself, and then how could y'all trust me after that? I never thought I would talk about it, but in reading this, all I'm saying is both sides. If this is true about UMG and Not Like Us and you know paying the podcast and we know the whitelisting is true and trying to get promotion for the record through podcasters and streamers, and if that is true, all I'm saying is, and the reason why I share that is that both sides were trying to play the game. It's just one side won, if that is true. You know what I'm saying?
So like, Drake, you were playing the game. You just got outplayed. You just lost. You know what I'm saying? People don't care about streaming, like the real hip hop fans, and also do not care about streaming. You know what I'm saying? The song was successful because the song was a banger. The song is a banger. Not Like Us is a banger. Euphoria is a banger. Like, that's why it was getting played. You know what I'm saying? All that shady stuff that you've done, has also came back to hunt you because you don't have no allies anymore. Nobody rocks with you no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what happened in the beef. The streets was playing this song. I had students requesting the song. I had people that don't even listen to hip hop listening to it. You couldn't go anywhere. And granted, I'm in California. You couldn't go anywhere without hearing the song. Whether you're driving, whether you're at a restaurant, whether you're like just working out, the gyms are playing it. The song was literally everywhere. UMG didn't contribute to that. UMG benefits so much from the beef. You guys are both UMG artists. They benefit because they're seeing so much money. They're seeing so much traction from the beef. Why would they tarnish their own image? They benefit so much for this. They benefited so much. If anything, they're the winners. They benefit from beef. You know what I'm saying? Because they're getting songs from Drake, songs from Kendrick. They're biggest artists, the biggest hip hop artists on the planet. They benefit from this. So why would they tarnish that? Why would they do something to stop that? They're making so much money. That's why, like, it just seems like, in which I'm going to pivot because this just came in my head. Drake, Lil Wayne, Nicki Minaj, Young Money, they don't know how to share the space. They don't know how to let other people eat. You know what I'm saying? They all want to be the only ones eating. Look at Nicki Minaj. She's beef with every woman who has came out and like been on top. She's beef with Cardi B. She's beef with Remy Ma. She's beef with Meg The Stallion. Like, if you're a woman and you're on top of the game, she has beef with you. She hasn't uplifted any woman. The women that she chose to like give some shine to are people she don't feel threatened by. And then once she gets to the point where she feels threatened by them, she does what she did to Ice Spice. You know what I'm saying? Like, she does not like sharing the space. Lil Wayne, same thing. Does not like sharing the space. The man literally complained for basically months at this point about not doing the Super Bowl. He complained at his own festival where the city was showing him love. The locals were showing him love about not doing the Super Bowl because he can't fathom that somebody else can get the respect, can get the acclaim because he does not like sharing space. Drake, same thing. Can't imagine that Not Like Us is just a banger and people just rock with the song. People just have to be against you. Young Money does not like sharing the space. And we are literally witnessing the fall of Young Money because of that. They don't like sharing space. There's so much room for everybody to eat, but they choose to not share. They choose this bullshit. And this is why we're seeing what's happening. What Drake is doing is not hip hop. I've defended Drake and said Drake is hip hop and all this stuff, and I still believe Drake is hip hop. But if somebody says Drake isn't hip hop, I'm no longer arguing. I'm no longer defending it because what he has shown throughout this whole beef is some like Karen type behavior. Karen type behavior. You know what I'm saying? Like, every day that goes by, Euphoria just looks like it makes Kendrick look like a genius. Like, he predicted everything that's gonna happen. The way Drake has been moving recently has rubbed me the wrong way. The way he talks about black women has rubbed me the wrong way. The way that the way that he is basically carrying it up right now rubs me the wrong way. I'm not gonna lie. But I'm going to take a break. We're going to talk about J. Cole and his rollout. And then I'm going to talk about, has Kendrick Lamar had the biggest year in hip hop ever? Stay tuned. So, for those who don't know, I am a big J. Cole fan. A big J. Cole fan. Like, one of my favorite rappers. I think J. Cole is top 10 all time. Like, I am a big J. Cole fan. When he didn't engage in the beef, it didn't bother me like it bothered other people. Like, yeah, I would have loved to see like J. Cole rhyming and showing his ability, but I also didn't like J. Cole and Kendrick. One of my favorite. I don't care if they beef because I love their music. I buy every album that they get. I go see them whenever they're in my city. Like I went to Dreamville Festival from California. Like that flight is a long flight. That is, I basically pay for a hotel because like by the time I land, I'm just going to bed. Like I am a fan of J. Cole. That's basically what I'm saying. And this rollout that J. Cole has done, this needs to be studied. It needs to be studied. First of all, he has a podcast that they're basically going through. Like he don't do interviews like that. He don't be talking. It's them talking about songs and moments and shit like that. And it's like nostalgia. And it's also giving you insight to J. Cole, who doesn't speak to us often. Like that podcast, brilliant. And then they're using the podcast like to roll out the mixtapes coming to streaming services. We got all the mixtapes on streaming services. And what I'm thinking we're going to get is an album at the end of the rollout. That's what I'm thinking. That just makes so much sense. We got the come up. Bro, I forgot how great he was on the come up. The warm up, we got that. You know what I'm saying? That's when I was like, oh, yes, sir. Second coming. Yes, sir. The man is coming. Second coming of Nas. Friday Night Lights, my favorite mixtape of all time, too. I almost shed a tear when that came out on streaming services. I almost shed a tear. Too deep for the intro. Premeditated murder. Like, come on. See where, come on. Come on. When I was ecstatic, bro, y'all don't understand. Number one, too, I love seeing the love Omen's getting because I've been talking about Omen. Like, yo, Omen, he one of them ones. Omen. Every verse that he delivers, every time he's on a J. Cole song, he gives damn near the best verse on the song. Like, so it was nice that to see like people finally giving Omen love. But this project is a project I love so much, man. Like to see the rollout is crazy. Like they rolled out the 10-year anniversary of 2014 Forest Hill Drive with a new vinyl drop. We get 8 new songs, like, bruh. And then now, I just saw this before I hit record. There's a concert, the Madison Square Garden. Like, I hate that I don't live in New York right now because I will be in there like swimwear, front row. You know what I'm saying? I'll be rapping word every verse. Like this rollout is crazy. It's crazy, and I don't think people are appreciating it because of the bullshit that Drake is doing, like suing and trying to stay in the news, basically. But I think that this rollout is crazy because every week we're getting something, and if we get that album, I'm going to be unbearable. I got like everything that I wanted this year. I got a Kendrick album. I got new Kendrick music. I got the mixtapes that I wanted. The West Coast has dominated with Vince, Schoolboy. I got a Rhapsody album. Like, bruh, I got everything I wanted as far as hip hop. The only thing that would be like the icing on the cake is like a Jay-Z album. But I don't need a Jay-Z album. I just love hearing Hov rap. You feel me? Like we've got everything that I got everything that I can ask for when it comes to hip hop. I got an LL Cool J album produced by Q-Tip. You know what I'm saying? Like this year in hip hop has been like it's been one of my favorite moments. You know what I'm saying? Ninth Wonder is releasing another Zion tape with all of his dope instrumentals. Like y'all don't understand how like happy I am with the state of hip hop. It I haven't been this excited for music in a very long time, bro. I haven't. I'm ecstatic about what J. Cole is doing. Like I don't even need the album. I'm gonna be honest. I want it because I'm selfish. He's one of my favorite rappers. I'm always gonna want new music. I don't even need the album at this point. I'm happy. But I'm happy with just the mixtapes. I'm happy with the 8 songs that we about to get. And I know he about to be rapping. I know he about to be rapping that ass off. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know these are about to bang. Hearing the previews of the song with Kendrick, I know we getting some heat, bro. I'm so excited. You know, like, and then the Dreamville Festival is about to be announced. Like, this rollout that Cole is on, like, y'all can call me a glazer, call me whatever you want. I don't care. I'm a grown ass man. I don't care what y'all think. This rollout is crazy. He gave us the mixtapes. You know what I'm saying? The vinyl drop, the concert announcement, like Dreamville Festival is about to be announced in like a week. You know, the pre-sale going on sale in like a week. Like, we getting so much from Cole. Happy. I'm happy. Now, another thing that I'm happy is the West Coast dominance. With the West Coast dominance, we have to talk about Kendrick Lamar. Now, I think, I don't know if this is a hot take. I think this is the greatest year in hip hop history. All 50 something years of hip hop, I don't think anybody has ever had a year like Kendrick is having. First, the beef with Drake. The beef with Drake. He wiped one of the biggest artists out. Wiped him. Destroyed him. You know what I'm saying? You got Euphoria, which is probably the best diss track out of all of them. It's the best song. I don't care what anybody says. Euphoria, which also set the blueprint for the whole beef. 616 in LA, that beat. My gosh. That sample. My gosh. Like, if that ever gets on streaming, that's going to be my most played song of the year. Because that beat alone, you know, it was so like, the way he like attacked it wasn't like aggressive. It was just like calm, giving you the double entendres and the little stamps and bam, bam. He was just flowing with that sample. Come on. Come on. Then Meet the Grams, which once he dropped that, the beef was over. The beef was over. He stepped all over that Drake song. Drake had a whole music video. He had a whole music video. He had the song. He was teasing it all on Instagram, like pressing the red button and all that. It was supposed to be his big drop. Stepped all on it. Meet the Gram, stepped all on it. That Alchemist beat, whew, hunting. Like, when I heard it, I said, I need to watch something happy. Because I don't think I'm supposed to be hearing this. Like, Meet the Gram was for Drake. That was for Drake. That wasn't for the world to hear. We just all heard it. That was for Drake. Like, I'm reading you. This is who you are. You're a creep. You know what I'm saying? Your mama and daddy didn't raise you right. You're hiding the child. You have no integrity. You need to find yourself. Work on yourself. This ain't a rap song. This is me basically giving you a lecture. Which gotta be like, damn, for Drake, you feel me? But also, if all the stuff that he's saying is true, fuck Drake. Um, and then obviously the song of the year, Not Like Us. That that just the 4 songs that would have put him in the conversation for having one of the best years ever. Because he dismantled Drake, dismantled him. Then we got the pop out Ken and Friends on Juneteenth. On Juneteenth, the concert, and when he's basically questioning Drake's blackness and saying, like, you're not important to the culture, you just use hip hop for money and all this type of stuff. He drops a concert, Pop Out and Friends, or Pop Out Ken and Friends, which is basically a celebration of LA hip hop. You got them putting on smaller artists, you got them putting on bigger artists, you got so many special guests like Steve Lacy, Tyler the Creator, YG, Mustard Set, you know what I'm saying? Problem, Jason Martin, you know, because that's what he goes by now. Like, you have so many, Blast, Ty Dolla Signs. Black Hippie, Dr. Dre. Like, you had E40 narrating. This was like a West Coast, especially a West Coast love letter, a love letter to LA. On Juneteenth. That's very important. The biggest thing, breaking records on Amazon. Breaking records. I was in my house crip walking. I ain't never banged a set in my life, but that day I did. And then like you like, all right, Kendrick, you won. It's over. The man drops Not Like Us on July 4th. Just staying on his head. That song, the last time I checked, had 181 million views. Came out on July 4th. Hasn't even been out for 6 months, the video. Like, it also broke the record, I think, for the most viewed rap music video in one day. Like, he's breaking records. That right there, we're like, damn, can he do any more? Yes, he absolutely can. Because he got announced as the headliner for the Super Bowl in New Orleans. Like, you're like, damn, Kendrick, you won. It's over. Nah, piss him off even more. You know what he does? He drops an album, and each song bangs. The album is like a love letter to LA, to the West Coast. You got some Bay Area influences. You got some SoCal influences. Like, you got catchy shit. Like, I've been walking around my house going, Mustard! Like, what? You talking about? Ain't talking about nothing. What you talking about? Ain't talking about nothing. What you talking about? Ain't talking about nothing. Like, so many quotables from there. Hey, that's my bitch. Like, come on. What are we doing? Kendrick had the greatest year in hip hop. And there are some people that you can compare their years, like DMX in 99 or 98, Jay-Z in 04 or 01. You know what I'm saying? Like, had a great year. Like, Nelly has some great years. Like, all of these people had some fantastic years. Ain't none of them have a year like this. Not only is his rap album about to be number one, it's all his songs are charting on the Billboard. Announced for the Super Bowl, Pop Out and Friends, like, dismantled the biggest rapper, the biggest pop star outside of Beyonce. What are we doing? If you can, I don't think anybody has had a better year, and I don't even think it's close. I think this is the biggest year in hip hop history. That's just my opinion, though. Y'all let me know. But before we get out of here, you know I got to give y'all the song of the week. Roll it.
I tell a rapper different. I give a peace of mind. I tell them all the time. They should have seen the signs. I give them all the rhymes. They wanna who to know. I hit it on the nose. These niggas don't know. 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 I tell a rapper different, I tell him. I give a rapper business, I tell him. Ooh, I give him all the business. Yonny in a new gear like I was whipping stick shit. Like, hold up and watch this. Gladiator inside of a glass house. Do the how these niggas moving, I'm liable to spaz out. Tree that grew from concrete and he finally branched out. Long way from side streets, nigga, Yonny gon' make it out. No, you don't know just where we from. I lost my head, I spent some time. From early rise to setting sun. Running through you like diesel locomotive. I barely show it when I show it, but you don't win, it's Jehovah. My cup has been running over. You niggas sold your soul and got you a purple heart. All for the pot of gold, I knew it from the start. I hit it on the nose. These niggas don't know. 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 Look in my eyes, I feel inspired. You can't deny. I feel alive. Look in my eyes, I feel inspired. You can't deny. I feel alive. 20,000 inside of arena. 50,000 3,000 on top of the bleach.
Man, that ain't shit.
Competition fried yet, I ain't been outside yet. I've been meditating with Buddhists and thugs alike.
Look, it's a metamorphosis, you can tell by the choruses. We flying off the portraits, ain't no point in ignoring us. FTLA historical numbers, we treat you niggas like some pussies. You ain't finna push me, you ain't finna. My emotions ebb and flow like ocean.
You can't tell me I did not try.
I gave you all I had and then some more.
Disagree, you a goddamn lie. I'm etching my name in stone for generations to know about. Came a long way seeing homies, how about the courthouse? Took the hard way, ain't no questioning if I'm sure now. Promise one day I'm the nigga that they gon' know now. These niggas don't know, 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 these niggas don't know. I feel inspired. I feel alive.
What are you crying for?
I don't know, I'm just.
You came out of your shell and became something new.
I know.
Man, you should be proud.
I am.
You're everywhere now.
But you'll always be.
And that was Yonny, Hood Spiritual. This has been Open Mic. I've been your host, Jamal Radio Raheem. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, rate us 5 stars. If you're going to rate us anything else, your mama's a hoe. And I'll catch y'all on Wednesday with another dope pod to step 2. Roll my outro.
Thank you.